for you guys.
Nice. What are you drinking?
All right. Hey, we're live. Hey,
I'm choking on.
welcome into the Punk Rock Saves Lives PMA session for what is today? The 16th of December, 2020. Everybody's favorite year of the world so far. I'm going to talk for a minute until we have a couple of people jump on. It usually happens pretty quick. Either that or Counterpunch is just not so popular. No, I'm just kidding. No, there goes a bunch right there. Six out of nowhere.
Oh my God, people are showing up for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
It's weird.
It's not like an empty room for the, No.
So far, it's better than your Albuquerque show.
There you go.
Well, I hope everybody's doing well out there. I know things are a little scary right now with COVID rates soaring and all the crazy stuff. All the crazy stuff going on in the world with the election turnover and all that crap. But we're all hanging in, and there's a lot of good people jumping on the line here. I see Miss Kate Mix is on. Anthony Newby here from Colorado. She goes by Punk's Girl Green now, and I believe she's in St. Louis. And if I'm not mistaken, Rusty and the guys were hanging out with you. Is that correct? Rusty Thrash, who's a Denver punk rocker and construction guy, actually built the deck on the back of my house. Went out to Virginia to set up another punk business, and unfortunately, they broke down and got stuck there. There is a GoFundMe out there, so check it out if you can. Help those guys get back home. He was trying to really help some other punks build a business and all of that stuff too. My first wife is on. Hey, Jane, how are you? That's kind of weird to say, but it's true. And then Kate says her mom's here too. So Miss Mix, yep, I was right with St. Louis. Doing everything. We'll have Kyle from Counterpunch jumping in. He's driving over to my house right now. He's just going to sit here with me. But imagine that a musician is late. No. But we got everybody else with me as usual. To my side here is Dan Falkenthal, our mental health advocate and our co-host most every week, and the host of the Monday night chats. So check in on those. How's everything going, Dan, out there in the Chicagoland area?
It is going well. It really is.
I surrounded you with a bunch of Chicago people this week.
You did. This is a first.
Jim doesn't count. He's from Detroit.
Jim is Detroit. But,
I mean, still not that far off.
I guess we can.
Yeah, but Detroit doesn't count for anything ever.
Wow.
Jay Navarro would.
You agree with me?
Jay Navarro would kick your ass for that.
Eminem will too.
I feel like I could take Jay Navarro.
Oh,
I really do. You heard it here first.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
well, we'll get him on some time, and
there we go. Pay-per-view match. Perfect.
He wants to do one of these, but it's always weird because of his work schedule. Because he, besides being in like 10 bands,
I don't know how he does it. He's insane, man.
He works a lot.
He works a lot. He takes care. That's a hard-working man that takes care of his family. That's rad. You know,
awesome guy.
It's really cool. And Rod, you'll like this. Hold on. Look at this comment. Get up there. Wait.
Detroit, deadliest city.
Oh no. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Rod has some Michigan history. You know.
I was born in Detroit.
Well,
my dad's side of the family's from there.
Even though I am a Nashville Predators fan, I'll throw up the Pittsburgh. The Penguins.
Get the hell out of here with that.
Red Wings.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But,
Sidney Crosby's a baby. I hate his stupid face. He's a diving jerk.
I will actually.
I like Malkin though.
Yeah,
Malkin's
Gino's
cool.
my boy. So I'll give you Crosby, but Gino's my boy.
How about the
obviously,
movie Sudden Death? Van Damme movie with the Penguins.
yeah.
Solid.
There it is. Imagine that Jim Margle or Mim Jargle throws out a cultural media reference.
I was just gonna say, we didn't even get to the 5-minute mark, and an action movie has already come out of Jim's mouth.
Yeah.
Some way, shape. I'm just surprised it was not at all.
If anybody watching isn't aware, Mimbo Juggernaut, as I call him, is probably the only person who still does DVD rentals through Netflix.
Oh yeah,
15 plus
a
years.
lot.
You want to know something fun about him? That's a real fact.
Yep. And I live next door to a family video, and I still get the discs by mail. Think about that.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm thinking about it.
Said the kid's getting defended there.
Think about kids out in Israel. I have no
Eric
idea that
does
DVDs
Eric,
are out in the mail, you know.
Eric, your wife is watching from the other room.
Is she really?
Yep, she's commenting. It looks like a film.
Oh no.
Hi, Zinni. We love you, Zinni.
Hello, Zen.
Hey, I'm using her old MacBook right now, actually, to do this.
Ah,
Think about that.
well, below me is Mackenzie, as usual, my other co-host. It's awesome to have you. You're kind of low, so you might want to speak
Am
a
I
little
low?
louder. There you go.
Okay, here, let me. I don't know if I can change anything. Well, hi.
There you go.
Scream at people.
How's everything in New Mexico?
Things are fine. I am officially out of quarantine, but not quite back at work yet. I took some extra time off because I accidentally rescued a
Yay!
puppy.
Aw.
Look at that little girl.
That is awesome.
And she's 3 months old, and my dog hates her. But maybe it'll get better.
Oh my God, there's
Sit here
a
with me.
puppy.
And that's a Corgi Chihuahua mix?
Yes, so I am now officially part of the kind of halfway into the corgi family.
Yes.
Let's see.
Welcome.
She's got a butt. She's got a corgi butt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Every
Show off
dog-
that sausage.
It seems like if you want to see something really funny, and y'all all know I'm a Corgi guy, and Eric loves the Walter, and everybody on the world knew that saw me touring knew the Erkster, and unfortunately, Erk passed away 2 weeks ago. But he toured with me, and great. But there's two things you can say about a Corgi, and if you go look it up, it's funny. Any dog a Corgi mates with is basically a miniature version of the original dog. It's really strange. It's like the Corgi gene is so strong. You get those short legs and a long body, and then a Saint Bernard head or something. So look it up. It's a trip. It exists.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on.
I almost adopted a corgi pit bull like a couple of years ago, who was just absolutely gorgeous somehow. But love it.
Yep. Look it up. It's really a trip.
I'm still a dachshund person.
Jim, you want to
real
Snopes
bit
that for
long
us?
dogs.
It just reminds me of Animorphs.
I'm just trying to figure out the logistics between a Saint Bernard and a corgi. Like,
Yeah,
how?
I don't get it.
Like-
It does happen. There's some
Mine-
crazy ones.
Does it
My
come
friend
with
has a corgi
the
golden
whiskey
retriever.
barrel
It's
too?
gorgeous.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But the whiskey barrel would probably be dragging the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. It does. It does. He
But,
has a whiskey barrel. He does.
I think it's incredibly important. Pets, we talk about PMA on this, and that's what really this all started with, is just keeping. I like this one. Anthony from Denver just said he's a corgi mix. Yep. But the pets are a gigantic part of a PMA especially through all of this. I know they've kept me sane. It's been tough losing her, but Walter and Harold and Lily and Kit are doing great, and they keep me and Tina pretty sane. And Kyle and his love affair with Kit, when he gets here, if it's too loud, I'll mute us. But y'all know, if you don't know, guys, Counterpunch has just signed. I'm really the three of the guys are here. Kyle will be here in a few, but the guys just signed with Thousand Island Records, and then a worldwide deal or Europe deal with SBAM. Is that SBAM?
SBAM.
Yep. And so you're going to get you got brand new Counterpunch music yesterday. If you were out there and saw our links and their links and everything, a brand new song that, excuse my language, kicks ass. I'm not kissing anybody's ass.
You actually broke
I'm
up.
proud
like,
to know-
right
Yeah.
when you said
Yeah, it
that.
actually censored you.
I thought this was a
And-
family-friendly affair, Rob. So I
Yeah.
really appreciated if you would
Oh,
keep
no.
the swearing to
We
a
wouldn't
minimum.
have invited Jim if that was true.
It kicks
So-
rear.
Oh,
I'm
look.
so mean to you guys.
Hey guys, I don't know if y'all have been tuning into any of these as they've gone on, but if you remember our buddy Richard from Big Rich from Hogs and Heifers, Doorman,
Yeah.
Rich has been tuning into these since the beginning because Rich, unfortunately, right before everybody went into lockdown, left Hogs and Heifers after work and was hit on his bike and lost his leg.
Oh,
And
God.
he's been in a rehab center and all sorts of stuff. And look at there. He is in with us tonight. How are you, Rich?
Bitch.
What's up, Rick?
Rich.
what's up, Rich?
And in the here's the funny part. In the punks and pets that should be starting to arrive at people. Have y'all three guys mailed yours out yet?
You know I have.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're not in
actually-
the giant East Coast snowstorm, are you?
I was actually finishing mine up before I hopped on here. So,
Well, I just got right before we went live. Justin Sane texted me from Anti-Flag and said they are getting destroyed with a big snowstorm, and they had planned. He and Chris Head were mailing theirs out tomorrow, and hopefully they can do it. But a big giant nor'easter is hitting up and down the coast there, so Pittsburgh is getting hit pretty hard. I think I hear Kyle. Hold on, there might be a lot of dog barking. Mackenzie, tell them what's going on.
What is going on?
What is going on?
What is going on? It's Wednesday. We've
I have
got
a good idea
puppies. We
what's
got
going on.
Kyle in Colorado.
I wonder if they know that the camera can see them.
I don't know. I don't know. Should we just narrate what's happening?
Just
I'll be Kyle. Let me
wing it.
take my clothes off real quick for you. For you all.
Pack Attack is just there to hold the camera. It's
Expecting
fine.
good content.
There's something.
Hi,
What's in
Kyle.
there? What's in this tiny box we're staring into?
There we go.
There
We're
you go.
unmuted.
Kyle.
Look at that. Ladies and
What's up,
gentlemen, we have all of Counterpunch. Look at that.
Hey, Mackenzie, what's up? I haven't seen you in a million.
I know, it has been a million. I miss you. I saw you guys. But now you're like 6 hours away, so maybe it'll be sooner than I see the rest of these.
Oh,
guys.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's great.
And one really cool thing about having the Chicago boys on, and I push this all the time, but I think Eric might be the reason that I'm addicted to
Oh, there we go.
You're welcome.
A good sense of taste also will do it.
I think it might have been you, Eric. I don't remember.
I'll take that. I'll take
There.
that credit
I
/
think
blame all day.
you might have gotten me addicted to it a while back, but
What are you drinking, Kyle? Is that a monster?
he's drinking the
A
claw.
claw.
The claw.
The claw.
It's. So, what are you guys talking about?
You.
You.
We were really
Okay.
in the intro phase.
All right.
So everybody, we got
We sure
Eric
do.
Hauser, Jared Rode. I
Rody.
always screw your last name up. Rody.
Rody.
Yeah. And Mr. Kyle. And I know his last name is Tiev or
Taleb.
Telev. Thank you. I just know how it's written.
Doing it, Rob.
Hey, I can fly all over the place.
I'm giving you a compliment. It's PMA session.
Yes. Look at that. And the greatest thing about I'm so excited about the new album. The single is what, three songs on the 7-inch? Is it two? Two. Okay. That's going to get you a taste of the new Counterpunch, but then they have a whole new record in the can that I'm actually kind of proud to say that they stayed at this house right here while they recorded it. So I've heard it, and you and the world are going to absolutely love it. And we need to blow Counterpunch up and make Counterpunch the next new big punk thing, even though they're not the next new thing. They've been around. They've done amazing work, and I'm going to quit kissing ass. I kind of like them. They're my friends.
You might want to wash your mouth off with some of that Malort.
But
You gotta wash it down with some Malort.
so I know,
It's an
Jim.
honor to sleep on your office floor.
Well, we've changed it. There's actually a bunk bed above me now. And then the other little, I don't know who slept in the front room.
I literally laid right here.
Yeah, I was behind him, I think, or in the other side.
But we added we bought one of those like college dorm rooms where you have the desk underneath the bunk bed above us. So next time you come, somebody will be shaking.
Nice.
I tried to mount it to the wall, but it is still got
I will not get
a wiggle on it. So
When the underdesk is rocking, don't come
Real
knocking.
college
Is that gonna
experience.
be-
You can get some guy that plays didgeridoo to live up here. Right above us.
didgeridoo. I like it. But
You guys
So-
need a song entitled "It's Got Some Wiggle on It."
It's got some wiggle in it.
That
Just rolls off the tongue.
yeah,
Got some wiggle on it.
yeah, exactly.
Got some wiggle on it.
We need a
Already
little more
writing it.
wiggle.
Already done.
Detroit,
Next
correct?
Counterpunch records started.
Isn't that like a kid band, the Wiggles?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
It's a TV show.
Yeah.
Jim,
As a matter of fact,
if you need to catch up on
Wait,
the
there's
Wiggles,
some
I'm sure that all
knowledge
the
that
seasons are available on
no?
DVD through Netflix.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say,
they're-
the
They
reason
probably
I know
are.
it is because of DVD Netflix, the Wiggles. So think about that.
I mean,
No.
yeah, order them all and report back to us about it.
hey, Jim,
All
I'll give you a weird little piece of trivia. The Wiggles' original drummer and one of the founders of the Wiggles was the original drummer for Crowded House, who passed away. So there's some 80s music trivia for you. There you go.
Interesting.
But-
Did not know that.
Yep. I kind of have noticed that it's big money to make kids music. So
We got to
Yeah,
change genres.
believe
guys.
it.
Yeah, we're
They'll
working on a
have
kids
teenage
bop
punk rock.
version.
They noticed that too.
kids,
We're gonna record our next vocal session, and it's gonna be like a room just full of helium, so we can
Nice.
get those
That's all you need.
pitches. Yeah.
let's start with Jim. You're up in the Detroit area. How's things going around there? What's shaking? Are people locking down? What's shaking? What's going on?
They're plotting to kill the governor.
That's the
Eddie's
whole
laughing.
thing.
Yeah, it's like a real thing, for whatever reason. But the stores are open. You can go to the stores. You can get takeout food. You can't dine in. You can't go to the movies. You can still go exercise though. So it's like
Wait,
there's
Jim's
no really indoor mass gathering.
Jim's always open.
open?
No comment.
Hashtag meme jargle.
Yeah.
And what have you been doing to occupy your time during this crazy lockdown besides hanging out in your basement?
I mean, I was already doing that before all this, so it's
That's
just
kind of true.
pretty normal for
Yeah, I was
me.
gonna ask if your license changed at all.
Just another day at the office for Jim.
No, it sucks. Like I miss shows. I would go watch a shitty bar band. And I would love it right now.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just a way to connect with people, meet people, hang out with people, and it's going to be so different now. You go to a concert, but I don't know, like outdoor seating. It's like it's not the same as like a mosh pit to me, but that's what I miss the most right now.
I think I think we'll get back to it. I think it's probably gonna be 6 months to a year for everybody to get inoculated or whatever you want to call it, and then we can start to maybe have concerts again. And I'm hoping so, because I miss being out there and doing good on the road with awesome bands like you guys. And we were blessed to do a whole Living End Counterpunch tour together, which was pretty rad.
Awesome.
I think it was really fun because I could see you guys every night when we were working the booth, and then we all enjoyed Living End almost every night together too,
Oh, yeah.
which was watching those guys was absolutely rad.
It made me want to quit guitar.
Ooh.
I'm glad you didn't.
Wait, have you heard this guy's solos? What the hell?
No, those guys are amazing.
I did have like an actual meltdown last week when I realized that I probably won't get to celebrate my 30th birthday at Punk Rock Bowling, which has been my birthday celebration since like 24. So it's kind of,
Yeah, it's a little.
it's pretty sad.
I mean, you can go bowling in Las Vegas, maybe, but like no one else is going to be there, and there's
I
going to be
think-
no bands.
I'll probably just go to Vegas and sit at Evil Pie for 4 days and cry. Stuff
Aw.
my face with pizza. Listen to whatever they've got put on. But, you know, it'll be interesting. Maybe 2022 we can all
Sound
be
like
back
a bad
together.
time. Pizza, music. Like,
Yeah.
The crying part doesn't sound very fun, but you know.
No.
I mean, depends
I
on who
enjoy
shows
a
up.
good
If you
time.
guys want to join me, then, you know, get vaccinated and join me. And it'll be fun. You guys can play behind Evil Pot 4 days in a row. And I'll
There we
pretend
go.
it's punk rock.
that would be awesome.
It would work. We'd have to throw in a Hogs and Heifers show though. You know.
Yeah, we can have the Hogs shows, or we can just have Counterpunch
Okay,
play
we're
both
not-
places every day. Just follow Counterpunch around Vegas.
There's video out there of Counterpunch playing Zach from Pears, me, and who else? There's one other person.
Mm-hmm.
We're really, really, really drunk, and
So-
we're really
Wasn't that at
Can I
like
tell
4 in
that
the
story?
morning?
Because I,
it was
this
like
is
4
my
in the
favorite
morning, and
story
we're
in the world.
butchering.
So-
New Orleans.
God.
We
So for
went.
those of you who
I think
weren't there,
we
I'm
went
sure Rich
on
was there.
at like
Obviously,
2:45.
Counterpunch was there.
I think that's what
It
happened.
It was
And then, yeah,
honestly,
it
it
was
was like the last night of the Hogs shows at Punk Rock Bowling. Authority Zero had to drive back to Arizona that night, so they had Counterpunch switch and have Counterpunch headline. And the bar was like, "Well, we still want the show to go until like 3 a.m. Can you play for an hour and a half?" And you guys were, of course, like, "No, we can't."
We think we could.
Yeah, we
This is
prepared
also
for
the same.
We
that.
went through
bartender
everything
was so
that,
drunk
like,
that
I
she
played, like,
thought Eric was
26
Rob
Because
Dylan.
at the time, I was still pretty fresh, and I only knew maybe like 16 songs, 18
Yeah,
songs.
exactly.
I don't fucking
And
know what
their
it was.
songs are like 45 seconds.
Yeah, so yeah, so
anyway.
I just fucking winged it, you know.
So Dally throws his back out, and they can't move the drums. So Mim has to play on Dally's drums. So Authority Zero didn't get to leave anyway. So it was like, okay, it'll be good if we can't play until 3 a.m. because then Authority Zero can still leave. So all of a sudden, you guys are playing, and there's a little tangent here where I was standing outside smoking a cigarette, and this group of people looking for a club walk up, and the door guy says, "There's a cover." Because we were taking donations, and I'm thinking this is funny as shit. So they start to walk away, and I'm like, no. Like, these guys, you know, we've had a great night. Just let them come in. They're gonna leave in 5 seconds anyway. All of them do leave, except for 2 guys who we all started calling my and 2 very drunk dudes in suits who were just in the pit all night and were just honoring.
Oh yeah.
They made it on Passed Out Punks that night. And at the end of the set, you guys are done. You start to pack up, and Zach Quinn from Pears wanders in. At this point, it's like 3:45 for whatever reason, and just jumps on stage and grabs a mic and is just like, "This one's called Linoleum." And so you guys start, like, I don't know, you remember because you were there, but so the Counterpunch just starts playing behind him, and all of a sudden Rob's up there, and we're doing like Ramones and shit, and it just becomes an entire cover set.
Yeah,
Best
because
show
I
ever.
remember Dan.
Awesome.
I gave Dan my guitar, and he played for a song or two.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very hazy, but
Yeah, and it was amazing and awesome, and I think we all left around 6 a.m.
But the crazy
Yeah.
part is somehow his name escapes me. What's the gentleman from Felony Ron?
Yes,
Somehow he has that on video.
Oh God.
I need
Yeah,
that.
I've seen the video.
I saw YouTube. Yeah.
So later, when I finally left at like 6 a.m., and mind you, I was already sober at this point. When I left at like 6 a.m., I passed Miami Vice, passed out on Fremont, wherever, you know, sun's up. And so I submit a photo to Passed Out Punks, and he's on there as an honorary Passed Out Punk because he was at that show.
That's awesome.
Like, it counts that he attended Punk Rock Bowling. But I remember it was great because they had no idea what was going on. They'd never experienced a mosh pit in their life. And all of a sudden, Zach was like, I don't know if you guys are going to know this one, and goes into Linoleum. And this guy looks at me. He's just like, whoa, you guys think this is an unknown song? And he just belts every single word of Linoleum. No way.
I don't think we have anything bad to feel about because
No, it
Mr.
was
Richard
great.
Wilson just said, hell, the first Hogs Hoedown, it was one night with Bunny Gang, and they did 2 sets with the same.
I believe it. And I bet you no one noticed that it was the same set.
No,
No.
I think we turned the crowd through so hard on those shows that I think you can get away with that, actually.
Dude, the bartender tried to fight me that night. It was a whole thing. The whole thing.
I remember that in between songs, like we were on tour at that point, so like our set for the most part was like really clicking and in the groove. And I remember like when we were trying to do one of our like song to songs, like they stopped us to do like some weird dance on the stage. And they're like making all this noise and stuff, and we're just like, like very Spinal Tap, like what is going on?
Okay, it's our turn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's thinking that the bartender is really, really steered into the skid of like we're a punk bar like this year for sure too. So it was, you know, there was a lot of stage diving off the bar that year.
It was so awesome to us. Yeah, we love that place, man.
They really have embraced our shows and our bands, and they think the world of every band that plays there. And if you guys are in Vegas without me, make sure you let me know so I can let Michelle know you're in town, and you will not feel great the next day.
To be expected. You just you schedule that show for a Saturday so you have a Sunday to sit and like drown your sorrows in a pool somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do if there's no punk rock bowling. We'll stay at the Golden Nugget, hang out at Hogs, and just chill.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about punk rock bowling maybe being in October or something. So I don't know if that's all rumor. I haven't talked to the Stearns myself, but we're in no matter what. We'll make something happen and have fun with it. And if the Stearns don't book you guys, we'll book you guys.
Cool.
We'll make it cool. I have to wait. My shows, Punk Rock Saves Live shows at Hogs and Heifers are the Stearns allow it to happen because they support our charity. It's a good fundraiser for us. And my agreement with the Stern brothers is I let them do their booking. They book all the bands that they're going to get, and then I can announce mine. And they even are as great that they give me a list of the top 10 bands that were next to be booked by them, but they just ran out of room. That's how we got the 1 year with Gods of Mount Olympus. And we've had some really rad bands over the 4 or 5 years. How many have we done? 4 or 5 years, but
don't ask me.
And we plan on doing many more. We did it virtually this year, so I hear Walter's loose.
Speaking of virtually, your guys' like acoustic, like the videos you sent in for the virtual hoedown, still completely blew my mind. It was really, really impressive, and you all killed it.
Thank you.
And then the gym appearance was wonderful.
I do what I can, you know.
Heartwarming.
Drink.
We had to get him in there somehow.
I forgot what you said, but it was and listen to Counterpunch.
I didn't see you.
I was working on my high scores, I believe.
Yeah. No, that was great.
So sorry.
When we were actually planning that out, we were like, you know, because we spent all this fucking time and effort like figuring out like how are we gonna do this, how are we gonna make it sound good, all yada yada yada. And we're like, okay, Jim, just do anything, please. Just show up, you know. So we had this idea where we would like cut to Jim, like
hacking the system.
You would hack our feed, you know. Oh man, dude, you killed it.
We figured if he make those dank memes, he's got to be able to he's got to be like a hacker guy.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Cozy Bear Mim.
Well, let's turn it serious for just a second. Eric and Rod, tell us about how the new album came to be and how Thousand Island and SBAM came around. Talk to us about how this all is going, and it's looking like a great way to get your music out there. And so you're on a stellar companion lineup. The other bands on those two labels are insane.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's really cool. Tell me some about it.
Eric. Go ahead, Eric.
Well, we were working on these tunes for a long time actually, and getting Kyle into the mix and really starting to like write with him was like a total awesome shot in the arm that creatively I think we all needed a little bit, like a little fresh blood. And Kyle's just a generally awesome guy to begin with, and then a really talented musician. So
great chemistry. We've known him forever, so having him in the band and was just like second nature. Really, he fit right in from the spot, and like obviously, just everything blossomed from there. Just knowing like there's so much more potential in the band creatively and functionally, and all this other stuff. It's awesome. So, what's up, Travis?
Hey,
Travis, happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Travis's
happy
birthday was
birthday.
yesterday, right, bud?
Yeah, happy belated.
Happy belated
Yeah.
birthday, Trav.
Oh.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I mean, I'll just add to that. Like when my joining of the band was kind of in slow motion, but when they started showing me, I mean, these have been songs for years, for 4 years. Like they were, ready to drop this stuff 3 years ago, but it didn't quite work out. And when they brought me on and started showing me what they had, they were already like really fucking good songs. And then it became like another level of collaboration, whereas like, okay, I would add something, and then Eric would add something, or Jared would add something, and it would just, we started feeding off of that. And then all of a sudden, like these pretty close to finished ideas, like kind of became something else. So, that was just, totally fun.
Sorry, that was Luke from King Rat buzzing in there, and author and everything. Said, "Happy holidays, you punk rock slobs." That's us.
I showered after work, sir.
He got,
Offended.
he got all dolled up for the broadcast.
Jake and Dad.
So what I'm hearing is you had written some great songs, and then you brought in new fresh blood, and he put on another layer. And
Yeah, I mean, there was a few songs I think that from that batch that we kept, but we did a lot of writing together, and
Yeah, I think we had like 28 songs. By the time we were like, all right, look, we gotta whittle this down and figure out a record.
Yeah, and I think from that, more of the stuff that Kyle had his hands in more, and us all piecing things together from an Eric idea or a Jared idea or Kyle idea, like between basically everything we're releasing now is coming from that point, I would say. So,
but it's cool too, because we were kind of conscious about there's Counterpunch is just in general, even without any lineup change or anything, people change, and it's been a while since new music, and Counterpunch is going to sound different anyway. But the stuff that I'm just really excited about the record next year, because there are these songs that are like very kind of classic counterpunchy stuff that really seem like songs that like I would have heard you guys do when I started playing punk rock, right? And
look at this.
Found you at shows.
Daryl.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
What up, Daryl?
Awesome.
There's this like good selection of a lot of shit where it's like some of this sounds like very inspired by the old stuff. Some of this seems very current. Some of this seems kind of like in a new direction, and it's got a lot going for it. So
we made a list of all the songs, like all 28 songs, and we just kind of, if the four of us each made a list, and it was like, all right, if we have multiple ones on the list, then that should be prioritized. And we all just kind of worked through each part and tried to make the song better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think teaming up with, I should say crossing paths, I guess, with Bruno and Thousand Islands and Stefan and SBAM kind of happened pretty naturally. I've been talking to Stefan on and off. We actually met him on our last European tour. We played this basement bunker show thing in Linz, Austria. And he was like one of the guys there and just started chit-chatting with me. And he's been pretty much after us ever since to try to get us over to do one of the SBAM festivals. And I just kept telling him, like, we got to get this new record out. We got to finish this new record first. So it was just like a natural marriage, I guess you'd say, to release with him. And then Bruno was just like stoked from the get-go. So that happened pretty quickly. It was really, really cool to see.
Rad.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I saw a YouTube of the fucking Beatles playing in one of those bunkers in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's this old black and white thing, and it looks like exactly like what we played in there.
We're
You know?
basically the
I kind
Beatles.
of freaked out when I saw that. I was like, oh man, I looked at the same walls.
I mean, still that donor at that Turkish spot the next morning, like we waited for them to open up so we
Yeah.
could get a doner kebab for breakfast before we left.
Yeah, that was a great morning.
It was the best donor of tour.
Agreed.
I regret nothing.
Well, that was what was funny is
Coffee
like,
and kebab.
what a,
Luke,
was it a
you just
couple
put
of
up
weeks?
Comment.
Oh, sorry.
You just put up a comment from Luke that I just want to acknowledge because he asked if the Shameless soundtrack ever has Chicago punk bands, and I don't remember hearing Counterpunch, but they did have not a Chicago punk band, but a still very like lesser known. They did have like 2 songs from the Have-Nots in an episode, as well as a Propaganda song. So I don't know if Luke was aware of that or not, but I just want to throw that out there. If you don't know the Have-Nots, it's current members of Street Dogs. Were in the Have-Nots as well, but I guess Street Dogs isn't around anymore. But anyway, super awesome band, and I thought of that. So sorry, go on.
I'm honestly still hoping the Street Dogs will do their farewell shows that they didn't get to do. But Johnny Rio just recorded a new hardcore project down in Houston, so be on the lookout for that. If you're friends with him on Facebook, it looks like it's going to be really cool. I'm stoked on it. So, yeah, and Luke just said thank you. There you go. And it's kind of cool bringing up the comments because for some reason it's mostly Facebook, but apparently I can see YouTube comments as well. But this is a pretty neat program. It helped us a lot, and it works a lot better when we don't do live music. It's a little weird with live music. We have been in talk to maybe do another big live stream sometime in the future, and we're talking to Sierra Lyman over at Veeps to maybe do something. We're working on that and see what we can figure out. Veeps is the brainchild or the money child of the brothers from Good Charlotte. They're the guys behind Veeps, and it seems like a really cool platform to have. It's live music, and it translates across without destroying the music. So I'm kind of stoked on looking into that. You guys, because on our last live stream, y'all recorded that in such a cool way that it came across beautifully. I mean, we had we had a couple, unfortunately, that bleeped out the mics or buzzed out the mics, just too much input. But yours was absolutely wonderful. I think it's somewhere on this computer sitting here that we're on. And I can go back and watch it every so often.
I'll take the computer.
Well, actually, that's kind of a cool segue because we decided to take those because we decided we would just record them, because we set them up to try to just do the best job we could. So we decided we would take those performances, and now we're in the process of just adding percussion and other elements, and we're gonna do a digital release of like an acoustic record this next year.
Radical.
So yeah, that's in the pipes.
Thanks, Rob. It's your fault.
It translated really, really well, guys. It's
good. Good. We fucking wrecked our brains about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't expect
It's
you
very
guys to translate
uncomfortable.
acoustically as well as you did. And
Well-
then not only that, but the videos were phenomenal.
Cool.
Yeah, we had a good
Thank Eric
spot.
for that one.
We had a good spot to film at the company I work for here. I mean, obviously everything was closed, so like we just had an empty stage we could do whatever with. So it was cool to go in there, and we'll call it Counterpunch live from Bordel acoustic.
and
That's fancy.
Eric, you're kind of a little bit of a mixologist there, correct?
I get people drunk.
Yeah.
For money.
He doesn't take any credit for what he does.
I take their money and I get them drunk and then they leave.
We've
But in the process, I guess I make some pretty tasty drinks in the meantime.
Yeah, he's an incredible bartender.
I will second that. So
Yeah, always go to Eric's bar if you know him.
My favorite thing to do is to whenever
Probably mention that.
hang out at his work is I want something with whiskey. Surprise me. you know, or I have a taste for.
Yeah.
Surprise me, you know.
My palate needs this now, you know.
Yeah, that's always fun.
He throws me. We've done that. What, Eric? With we came in for.
Is this another Malort segue?
No.
Probably.
It was Riot Fest
At
and
least that it's
for,
not.
I think Lollapalooza 2 when we were.
Yeah, I think it was Lala.
And we got there a day or so early, and we were able to go down and check out Eric's bar and hang out. And it's always tough with me because of the diabetes. I can't have like a lot of these so-called really cool mixology drinks because I'll be in a coma on the floor. So looking at Eric and going, hey, figure me something out that's not crazy sugar. And I guess brown liquor, please. And he'll come with something that's absolutely tasty, and I'm not laying on the floor peeing and pooping on myself, you know.
You get a vodka soda, and you get a vodka soda, and you get a vodka soda. Everybody gets a vodka soda.
But what does
Marketing line.
everybody else do when they're not being Counterpunch? Eric's a mixology and runs bars, and don't you do the menus and stuff and all sorts of crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, it's myself, our beverage director, and basically the guy who does the same position as me at the. We have 2 locations. One's like on the river in the Loop, and one's kind of in Westtown, the western area of Chicago. So we all just we're a 3-headed monster. We get together and make the menus and stuff. So we still love each other.
Hey, Luke. Based on your comment, yes, actually, I'm heading back to Chicago next week, and we're gonna get Jimmy in town, and we're gonna put some percussion on it. So it's not gonna be one of these like languid bullshit acoustic pieces of shit.
All it is rhythmic bong hits.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna come in and room.
I would not put that past.
Yeah, they actually sound like music.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim on the dab rig. Dab
Can you
solo.
create a bong that has like a washboard on it?
Waka waka waka
I guess we're gonna have to
Yeah.
get some
Yeah.
bongos.
Is that the shake weight, Kyle?
Yeah.
Play the shake weight.
You guys really need to stop doing that motion to the camera. That does not look good.
We are live, people.
Yeah, you're gonna get Facebook
what?
banned by Overlord Zuck.
We're gonna get
Keep
zucked.
doing that.
Gonna get zucked.
Gonna get zucked. Jim, what's I know you do a lot of eBayings and stuff, don't you? Or
What does he say in Big Lebowski? He's like,
It really tied the room together.
I roaded for Metallica, you know,
Hey,
Speed of Sound tour, not an actual tour, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an eBay store, but with COVID, I've been kind of hesitant. So now I'm just kind of inventorying a bunch of stuff, kind of just hanging out, playing drums, you know, living the dream.
I mean, I seem to remember you having a van, and you also get to drive around cool people in that van outside of COVID, like bands that start with a D and end in Ascendance.
It's true, yeah. So I guess you could say I did roadie, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool story.
I had an old rock van sitting in the backyard for a long time, and Rhino, who's Descendants tour manager, he's like, "Hey, we need a van in Detroit," and I was just turned around and I was like, "I got one," you know. So he was like, "Let me ask the boss, who's Bill Stevenson." And I was like, "Okay." So I got to hang out.
I've never heard of it.
no.
So,
Speaking of that, Bill,
Check out William Stevenson.
Yes, right.
Cool.
You're correct.
what today? I don't know if it came out today, but I caught the new Mikey and his uke video, and Bill's playing guitar, and he's shredding.
Mhm.
I think Bill is one of the best drummers alive, and all of a sudden I see him just destroying the solo and Nervous Again, and I was like, "Holy cow!" So Mikey and his uke, look it up on. It's Milo singing, Bill on guitar, Darren from Goldfinger on drums, and Punk Rock Karaoke.
Oh, wow, that's
Oh
awesome.
shit, that's cool.
And Zach from Rise Against.
It's and Zach from Rise Against. Yeah, it's a great version of Nervous Break. Or no, not Nervous Breakdown. What did I just say? I just said the song, but
like,
Age and Punk Rock.
Well, I mean, Jim's not only a drummer; he is an accomplished skin flautist.
Oh,
But
nobody laughed.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Well, you can't hear the internet.
Yeah.
Man, he gets 2 White Claws in him, and all of a sudden there's no filter.
Waka.
Hey, that's my favorite Muppet. I grew up wanting to be Fozzie. No, I'm just kidding.
There's no
I
laws
believe
when
that.
Kyle drinks the
I think you're
claws.
kidding.
I kind of liked Ralph too. Yeah.
Eric, what Muppet would you be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Louis Gossett Jr.
I would be the Swedish Chef because he's fucking awesome, and you have no idea what he's ever saying. Yeah,
I would definitely be the 2 old guy commentators,
that's my close second. Is one of those guys.
who sit up in the balcony.
What Muppet would you
Okay,
be?
we vanished for a second, guys. Sorry about that. Are we all there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd be one of the aliens that was like phone.
I can see that for you.
For some reason, he reminds me of the Eagle, Sam the Eagle, huh?
I can see that. Yeah.
Really?
Definitely see that.
Oh man, I don't like that.
Eric and Jared could be the
Kyle's night.
what are the 2 old guys' names?
I forget now.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I was just gonna say Gonzo.
Can we talk about how good Muppet Treasure Island is?
Wait, what?
Muppet Treasure Island.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God!
What?
No shit.
That's
It's
a thing.
great.
Come on, people.
Awesome. All right, fine.
It's really, really good.
They have like the entire right side of the screen is just like, are you guys kidding me? And then me and Kyle are over here like, really? That's a thing?
Disappointment.
Fine.
Jim,
I know.
Can you do me a favor? Can you rent that on DVD from Netflix and mail it to me?
I'm sure Jim actually has a vintage VHS.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
through
but
the
you
archives.
also
to find one.
like rip
Look
them
at-
and put them on your computer. So can you rent it from Netflix and then bootleg it and send it to me?
There
Look
we
at-
go.
Thanks.
Luke
Seems
throwing
like
down
less
knowledge.
effort and
Look
more
at
fun.
that.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's always fun.
Okay.
So, we're pre-ordering the new 7-inch right now. Correct? It is up and going on both labels, or
Correct. They both have variants specific to the label. So
can
they're all
people in
limited.
America get both?
Worldwide shipping. The variants for Thousand Islands are limited to 100 of each variant, and the variants for SBAM are all hand numbered.
Oh,
Yeah, they have test pressings available, bundles, T-shirts, stuff like that. There's some cool stuff you can pick up.
And we lost him again.
We lost them again.
Awesome. Cool.
Come
Glad you're
on.
hand numbering that. Are you guys gonna do any signing or anything of that too, or?
Sorry, are we
Well-
back?
When they're back.
we just kind of vanish every so often.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's the White Claws.
I actually wouldn't want to sign any of these. The artwork on both sides is so cool that I
That
don't want
artwork is red.
That's pretty
to. I
awesome.
don't want to put any marker on that.
I'll sign him. His
I'll
name.
sign it.
Everybody but Eric will sign your
Fine.
old-
Just give
Can
us
everyone-
$10. We'll sign it.
Counterpunch is out of
Fine.
your-
I'll sign it. I'll sign it. Not Eric. Fine. Done.
sign it reckless, Eric. There you go. Oh, there's a bad reference to
Just
the.
sign it. I don't want to be here.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
All right. Well, we've hit that. I think this group of people we could probably talk for hours, but we tend to about this time of every one of these start to wrap up, and it's because we just want people to have fun and remember that this is all about keeping your positivity through this, being safe. I would guarantee you, everybody in this Brady Bunch square, we're missing 3 more squares, but Jared got it. Yep, there we go. I knew the Counterpunch boys would get that reference.
I'm sorry, my dog farted really bad. I forgot about it for a second. It's like,
Is it the baby?
it's the baby.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
baby.
puppy farts. Puppy farts are the worst.
She poops more than I do.
Does she have puppy breath?
She has a little lingering puppy smell still, that's for sure. We don't exactly know how old she is because they found her half dead and malnourished, but we're thinking she's about 3 months, so she's got some of that smell.
Cool.
New car smell.
But what I like how I kind of like to start to close it up every week is, and I gave these guys a little bit of headway earlier in today. We tend to every week we talk about something that we've been listening to, we've been reading, or we've been listening to a podcast or something like that that has helped us get through the last week or two, blowing our brains up to help you and maybe send you to check out something cool and new. So I'm going to throw it. I'm actually going to do a weird one this year. I'm going to throw it to Rod first. Jared, what's been blowing you up? I usually make Mackenzie or Dan go first, but I'm going to, since I gave y'all the pre-warning, I'm going to let you tell us something that's been blowing your mind up that people should check out and that would help your brain. What's going on?
Well, something that's blowing my
besides the new Counterpunch. You can promote.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about our music being released and all of that, but yeah, I don't know. What's been blowing my mind up lately is I'm soon to become a father, and I'm a dad to be, and my wife is due in like 8 weeks.
So rad.
We're like getting there, and it's getting more and more exciting, and yeah, it's like riding a roller coaster, but it's something to be looking forward to. And as far as the last book that I read would be the new Bad Religion book that came out, Do What You Want.
Imagine that. You like Bad Religion.
Yeah, I love that band, and the book was incredible. And if you have the book and you don't have Audible, read the book and then read it and listen to the Audible, because you get the like interviews feel from the author reading the story, or whoever the guy is, narrator reading the story. It just, they throw in little musical clips and things like that. It's really sweet. So that's something that's been inspiring for sure. Podcasts lately, I've been, when I leave work and I go home, I listen to The Daily. It's only like 30 minutes. It's a New York Times podcast, and it's pretty just straight up reporting, and it's really insightful. And lately there's just been a lot of crazy news and a lot of stuff to keep up with that can be like really overwhelming. And I feel like the way that they report is more it's like there's like a grounding feeling, it's not over sensationalized and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
that's something I didn't do earlier that I meant to do. Jared, you were incredibly active during the Black Lives Matter times and in your area of Chicago, and I just wanted to throw you a big fist bump, because when I see people I admire going out of their way to help other people and bring attention to people that need attention, it makes my heart go even bigger, and that's pretty hard. Because I try to have a big heart all the time, but thank you. It was.
Well, don't thank me. I'm just, I don't want the people where I live and where I grew up to feel like they don't have a safe place, And and I saw that these things were being organized by high school kids, and like local, internet groups and things like that. Word spread, and we found out that was happening. And yeah, whenever it was happening in the area, we'd go out and show up and be a part of it and have our voices heard.
Well, just know that other activists admire activists, so thank you.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny that we were talking Jay Navarro earlier, and he popped up there. So I don't know if you saw him pop up and say hello.
No.
What up,
Yeah.
Jay?
You didn't see the beginning.
Someone probably just told him that, like, hey, there's this crazy girl Mackenzie who wants to fight you online. I don't know.
No, we've never met before.
Perfect
but
timing.
We do have some mutual friends, and I guess this is gonna have to happen.
He's one of our board of advisors and an amazing human. So We love him. And then our buddy Chris Cleary's been popping up a bunch. How many of us have ink from Chris in Pittsburgh?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, Chris Cleary says, "What's playing on Jim's iPod today?" It's iOS 8.
Nope, it's 6.
6.
Nice.
Jim
That's
was
really
worried.
endearing. That's really wholesome, and I love it.
I will say Jim was afraid he wouldn't be able to do this because his iPhone is so old.
Yep. I actually updated it.
Yep.
So, and it's working better than ever. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's
Jay,
funny.
I'm pretty
You're
sure you and I are still gonna have to fight, but I think we can do it for charity.
nice.
So,
There we go.
Jim, when you upgraded your phone, all of a sudden you went from Jim to James, and my phone, I didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, yeah.
I feel fancy. I stick my pinky out now, you know.
Yeah, it's like
I did it in my phone too.
you grew up in my phone. It's weird.
Yeah. It's still a 6S.
Apple updated Jim.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all I got for you. So.
Yeah.
Um,
It kind of blew my mind though. I was like, whoa, it can update. So, hey.
well, I know
Eventually, it just forces you to. I learned that the hard way.
I know sometimes they update them and they kill the battery. They got finally busted for doing that, but
Yep. Yeah, now it tells me all this battery info stuff that I've never seen before. It's so crazy. It's like, wow, okay. So,
okay. Well, moving on. Let's do phew, it's Mackenzie's turn. What's Mackenzie listening to?
Oh man. Okay. So I've been kind of picking through people's top 10s and whatnot, which I would love to say I'm putting one out, but every year I overthink it and I don't. And just kind of picking out bands that I hadn't heard yet. And right now I'm really, really stuck on a band called Black Bra and a band that's like the new Bad Brains called Soul Glow. Both very, very different bands, both phenomenal. I highly suggest you check them out. And something that I've kind of been following on Instagram for a while, there's this Instagram account called Good 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 Co. I'll type it down in the comments. They put a newspaper out of only good news. For instance, they announced this morning that like nearly half of Germany's power in 2020 was all provided by renewable resources. Like things like that are just super awesome and straight in line with PMA. And if there's anybody who you haven't gotten a gift for yet for Christmas, you can gift them a subscription to that newspaper for a year if you would like to. Or you can get stuff from Punk Rock Saves Lives as well. But if you don't have time to wait for shipping, it's kind of fun. Jesus.
Whoa.
Fun thing that way.
How much
so
more
I hope
have you
that
had?
you all check those out. I'll put the names of the bands in the
Was that the puppy?
What?
Did
That
the
was
pup-
a puppy.
Puppy
Yeah.
or Malort?
Was it?
Let's play the game. Is it a puppy or is it a Malort?
It's a puppy.
What if the puppy's named Malort?
Yeah.
the puppy's taking
Oh,
the
man.
Lord. All right. So let's see. Let's spin the wheel again. Kyle, what have you been listening to
Okay.
or reading or
Yeah. YouTube channel called Real Vision. It's conversations with very, very successful traders, macro economists and stuff. And it's really geared towards getting young people into finance and learning about that stuff because none of us do it. And none of us are going to retire unless we start yesterday. So it's a really great channel. Highly recommend it. Podcast.
Hello. Sorry.
Making sense. Making sense with Sam Harris. He has a lot of really long form conversations about kind of hot button topics in good faith. Where you'll have people with kind of seemingly controversial views, but they'll get to explain them, and you wind up learning that we're not left or right. We're all kind of variations of the center, and media is fucking with us. And then music, a band called the Wood Brothers. I've been kind of moving away from the pick squeals and the dive bombs and going more towards just kind of dudes playing acoustic records and sounding good. So the Wood Brothers are awesome. Check them out.
he's going to fit in. He's going to fit in Colorado really well. Wood Brothers are huge here.
Oh, really?
They sell out Red Rocks on a couple of nights a year.
Let's go.
They're
Sold
phenomenal.
out.
They're great.
I'll stand by this fact because I grew up in the Deep South, and I honestly think bluegrass is punk rock. So
It really is.
it's
And actually,
especially like Trampled by Turtles and some of the ones that really do the fast picking.
Didn't Craig Graffin put out a bluegrass record?
Gallows Bound.
Gallows Bound.
Gallows fucking
Gallows
Bound.
Bound is so
They are
good.
so fucking
Yeah,
good.
there's so many.
Phenomenal.
Gallows Bound. Absolutely.
And that starts the cross into the Days and Days and stuff like that. There's a lot of punk rock and bluegrass in early country, and what influenced punk rock. I mean, would we really have punk rock without Johnny Cash? I mean, yeah, it can be debated forever, but it's true. There's so many Jerry Lee Lewis was a punk. I mean, plain and simple. And then you can go as far as saying, I love this kind of conversation. I mean, Little Richard a punk? Yeah. Chuck Berry, they blazed a new path and did it their way, and that to me is punk rock.
I mean, Little Richard was gay before being gay was controversial.
So yeah, I would agree with that.
That's punk as fuck.
Steve Martin is an OG punk according to Luke, and I kind of agree with that.
He is, and I can confirm. A friend of mine actually got to play banjo with him at a show, and it
Was it
awesome.
Like the comedian?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
like
an
a
amazing
very,
banjo
very-
player.
Steven
doing it just
Seagal?
as long
Yeah,
as he's
Steven
active.
Seagal is rad.
Yep.
Yeah, saw that one.
There's all sorts of good things. I mean, someone's saying Woody Guthrie might have been the
Oh,
original
yeah.
punk, and I would agree with that. I mean, once again, this machine kills fascists. Think about that. Think about in the 30s and 40s and 50s, standing in the middle of all of that and standing up to all of that. That is what we became as punk rockers, and hopefully we'll continue to move forward and do. All right. Spinning the wheel again. We got Dan. What are you listening to, and what's blowing you up right now?
So I had something earlier and completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
So before this, I was listening to Peer Pleasure podcast with Dewey Halpus, an ex-touring member of Portugal the Man. Just some kick-ass interviews, great interviewer. I was listening to one with the drummer of Fall of Troy, Andrew Forsman, right before I went on. Last few guests were Thomas Burnett of Strike Anywhere, Brian Welch of Korn, Milo Ekman of Descendants, More on Women, you name it. And just highly recommend it if you...
What was the name of that again? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The Pleasure Podcast. The Peer Pleasure Podcast.
Peer Pleasure Club. And if you've never seen Portugal the Man, and they're known for like these
Phenomenal.
kind of weird pop sensibility songs, but right in the middle of like their big shows at Austin City Limits and Lollapalooza and everything, all of a sudden they go into Metallica. I mean, and they play Metallica to Metallica. It's like they're the craziest band. It's really cool. So
I got to catch them with KG Elephant a few years back in Chicago. It was a phenomenal tour.
I saw Anatomy of a Ghost back in the day, which
Yeah.
is like their old screamo band or whatever.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
look at that. Kevin Friel has finally shown up. The mayor of the Flogging Molly cruise, our buddy.
We
And,
are.
We love that guy. We got to get Counterpunch on that cruise if it happens again. So we'll work on that.
So you're like, I'm on a boat, bitch.
They
Are
play.
you going to cover that if you play?
Yeah,
Or will you get drunk
you're
enough in
definitely
Vegas
there.
to
Anything's
party?
possible.
I've never had MRSA before, but I'm always down.
We did play one of the New York City rock cruises or whatever with Face to Face. That was fun. Sitting there sound checking, and you're just like, "Whoa, this is weird,"
Yeah, one of the last things Tina and I were luckily to do with Love, Hope, Strength before we turned into Punk Rock Saves Lives was Less Than Jake did a couple of nights on those cruises in New York, and they had us on, and we swapped while we were rocking, and we were literally rocking, But they park. I don't know if they still do, but they park right by the right by the Statue of Liberty, and
in Red Hook.
Yeah.
That's
you
the
just
dock
got
at Red Hook.
well. No, I mean you get to float for a few minutes right by. The
Oh
statue.
yeah, okay.
That was really rad because they're like, go outside. You walk outside and there she is.
Yeah.
She's literally right there.
That happened while we were playing. I looked out the window and it was like right there, and I was just like, I think I looked at Jim and I was just like, the fucking Statue of Liberty.
That was the one show where I was actually jealous of Jim that he got to sit down the whole fucking time.
Mhm.
Because we would like jump and then the floor would be doing something different.
Yeah, you jump here, but before like over here when you're landing. It's like, whoa.
Nobody broke any ankles, right?
Yeah, and we have the
Very
lamest
that afternoon loading onto the fucking
Yes, he did. Yeah.
anyway.
the lamest backstage drug story ever. The drummer from Face to Face, Danny, gave us Dramamine.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucking party and
Feel
yeah,
it.
Dramamine
After
and
that.
red wine.
And Danny is not only a cool human, he's a damn good drummer.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And an accomplished motorcyclist.
You see that he owns a beard oil company as well, doesn't he?
Mhm.
That I do not know.
Huh.
I think so. I think so.
He runs.
And-
Beer
runs a
boil
school.
and
I would
oil
believe it.
and beer put together, and I was so confused for a second.
Dude, he's like from basically my hometown, like one or two towns over. And when we played Lombard, Illinois, his mom came to watch him play. She's like 94 years old, and she's like hanging out backstage with all these like punk rockers. She's like, "You did a very nice job."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anytime moms show up, it's the bomb.
Groundhog.
That was the night we gave Trevor Keith Malort. You know?
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We took before and after photos of his face, kind of, and then
You have to.
he's
I
just
don't
like, oh my god, and then he's like, give me some more,
yeah,
Lord
he
face.
can totally hang.
Lord face. Matter of fact, I think Kyle's going to try to bring me some back from Chicago when he goes back. So.
You give me an order, and
'Cause
I'll.
I'm honestly down to my last bottle.
Well, you better open it.
It's open.
Taking so long.
It's open, and you never know. That might be the close for the night.
Yeah, I'll bring you a case, man. Fuck it.
Bootleg. No, I'm just kidding. But all right, Eric, what's been blowing your mind up lately? What's
Music wise, I've been listening to the new Goldfinger a lot. I really like that album. It's really, I think it's a cool return for them, and to hear some Mike vocals mixed in there right up front, and not just like backing vocals, has been pretty cool. A lot of like catchy songs. FOD, this band from Belgium. They're doing like this four vinyl set. They just put out side C of Sleepville. Really cool stuff. It's cool, like 4-disc concept album. Book wise, going back to the nerdy bar book stuff. This is a pretty cool book if you like reading about drinks, and it's about like one of the best bars in the world. These guys from Belfast.
What's it called?
It's called the Dead Rabbit. It's a bar in New York, and all their menus are like comic books.
Yeah, it's
So
super.
all the drinks coincide with the story within this comic book. So pretty cool. Podcast wise, I just there's so much bad shit floating around that I just try to keep it light. So a lot of comedy, Bang Bang Comedy. It's an oldie but a goodie. They always seem to have some good comedians on there. I'll just pop that on in the car. Raise my spirits with a little laughing.
That's rad. And you do spend a little time in the car with the commuting into the different bars and stuff. So that
It keeps me positive. And other than that, just keep it busy. Drawing pictures of people's pets.
I do want to thank the guys, all three of the 4 members. I didn't ask Kyle because he was moving to Denver right in the middle of it, and I didn't want it to get kind of stuck. And I got to
It
show
would
you
have been
this.
really bad.
Look at this. Look at this. We have Jason Navarro telling Daryl Wilson hello on our podcast, and
Oh, man.
I think
Damn it, Jason, talk to us.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm at-
that just
Whatever you want.
What, did you guys have a fucking date?
That's kind of. I would say that's kind of legendary. I like that a lot.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Are we just gonna
Amazing.
keep this going for another hour and just watch them talk to each other?
Yeah, we'll just
I'm
let
in.
them. We'll just let them talk through comments and watch. But Detroit and Chicago always have had a pretty damn cool mix of trading off cool bands, right? That's they're different, completely different, but cool. So everybody plays there a lot. But wait. There we go. Daryl's like, there you go. Don't hate.
Not trying to hate.
Isn't he on a billboard in Chicago now?
Vaccinated?
I think it's
Yep.
on a couple.
What?
Yeah.
Right.
No idea.
Daryl's
He's
on
got
a
a couple billboards.
hospital. It's pretty
No
rad.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for him to
Yeah.
put on a Counterpunch shirt in in his t-shirts.
Yeah.
Whoa. Let the man choose his own fashion.
Put on my clothes.
Yeah, that's a lot. You're putting a lot of
That would've
really
been-
awkward
it'd be awesome.
pressure
It's
on
like-
the Daryl Wilson, man.
If they would have had Daryl in his scrubs doing one of his
doing one of
jumps.
his jumps.
I love Daryl.
That I want a
Like,
shirt.
go to the
of that,
hospital.
actually. If somebody can make a shirt of that, that's what I want.
It's incredible that not only do we get the support of people that we consider heroes, it's that they're part of it and they want to do stuff with us. And I know Daryl did some of the drawings as well. Jason did some. I've seen Jason's paintings that he mailed out to some people. So there's going to be some people that get some really cool stuff. It's rad.
Kyle, if you want to participate, I found a photo of my dog that I wish I'd sent in, so I'll send you some.
Yeah, that's cool. I got time. Like
Same.
now that like the move is almost done. I got time.
The punks and
just to say you were a part of it.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
the punks and pets thing went over incredibly well. Hopefully everybody that ordered and donated will get theirs by Christmas. If it doesn't get there, unfortunately we found out our Pittsburgh people, and Chris is on the comments, and Justin and Chris Head were letting us know that they got hit by a giant snowstorm today. They were hoping to get them all in the mail tomorrow, but it just depends on safety. So hopefully they'll get them out. But an incredible fundraiser, and there you go. Daryl got his out. There you go. And then there you go. Jason, they're just all commenting right in a row. And here's Chris Cleary. Look at that. There you go. So
Nice.
they're all of our incredible artists. Be it the cool thing about this whole thing is we had people turn out, and we've got all sorts of really cool musicians, tattoo artists, all sorts of supporters drawing for you. There's one awesome supporter from Denver named Christine Roddy who she draws like a comic book version of stuff, and she took pets and put them in a comic book situation. If you were the lucky one that drew Adam Bomb Siegel from the Faction and my band, Adam put your pet in a famous album cover, including the album. He made a cover. It's going to be
awesome.
That's
if
awesome.
you're one of the 4 that get that, dude, I've seen them. You're going to be stoked. One of them's Nirvana, the swimming baby, but it's a cat.
Oh man.
You're going to love it.
Spoiler alert.
Everybody's doing it.
We're
Makes me
gonna-
want to just go through and like personally pay all these people to do like another one. Just be like,
Yeah.
hey, I need all of the things.
Well, we're going to do it again. It's definitely, it was a lot of fun, and it was a great fundraiser. Thank you all for your support on that, and thank the artist. It was it's incredible, and hopefully everybody will get theirs before Christmas. If you don't, we apologize, but we are dealing with musicians mostly.
Oops.
What do you got? What do you call a guy who hangs out with musicians?
Drummer.
Got it.
Bingo. I don't believe that to be true.
How do you get a drummer off your front door?
Pay for the
Paying
pizza.
for the pizza.
No. Getting bad. And Chris puts it right. Degenerates and snowstorms.
Yep.
But so just a couple of things I've been listening to. I've been like Mackenzie said, I've been looking at the top list of 2020. We've been through a lot, but the cool thing is a lot of cool art has been made through all of this. The Counterpunch stuff is going to be incredible. You're going to love that. But the cool thing is seeing these end of the year list and our friends in Anti-Flag, our friends in Sharp Tooth, our friends in War on Women getting props when they really deserve it. It's really cool. So go back, look at these lists and check out a few bands that you might not have done. I know Brooklyn Vegan did a top 20 punk albums of 2020.
Their list is always
It's
phenomenal.
it's on
Listen
fire.
to every record on the Brooklyn Vegan list for sure.
So go back.
And that's something I've noticed this year too, is I feel like there are a lot of newer bands that came out, or a lot of side projects that people made, or a lot of just more time to look at new records. So I'm noticing a lot of the top 10, 20 lists that I follow that sometimes are pretty similar are just completely like not the same at all. Like none of the same 10 records even. So it's just so much music to listen to, and it's been really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the one
Jen's gonna get laid off.
it's funny that they've been playing tag in the comments, but the Suicide Machines record this year was insane.
Awesome. Top notch. Real
It was
good.
so cool that number one, they were back, but number two, they didn't miss a beat, and it might be the best of their career, and that's saying a lot. Our buddies in Get Dead are on a lot of those lists, so please check those out. There's so much good out there. We're rolling into Christmas, guys, and I want you to all, I know this time of year can be really tough. I have struggled in the past with not being anywhere near my mom. Right now I live over 30-hour drive from my mom and my stepfather. So it's a tough time of year. If you're orphan out there, if you're not around your family, and especially during this time when we really shouldn't be around our family, especially if your family includes older, we don't want to get people sick. We're out here. We can talk. If you need us to Skype in or do a Zoom and have a orphan Christmas and make each other laugh a little, don't be afraid to yell at us. We're here for you. We're working on some cool stuff for the coming year. We're talking on plans right now for what our focuses for Punk Rock Saves Lives are going to be for 2021. 2020 was a little tough. We had some focuses that we had to change because we couldn't be out on the road. We couldn't be doing the food drives out on the Anti-Flag tour and the diabetes petitions and stuff like that. We haven't signed up a lot of marrow donors this year because it's tough to be around and get someone to swab. It's right now, if you're swabbing your nose, and that's not what we do. So if you can go through our website, if you're not a marrow donor, you can get a kit mailed to your house. Please go through our website. It'll take you to DKMS and they'll mail a kit to you. That was, what I pushed for the last 12 years. But it's still there. It's still needed every day. There are people with blood cancers that might need you, and we'll never know. The time I was with Punk Rock Saves, with Love, Hope, Strength, and we signed up well over 200,000 people, and there's been over 5,000 potential lives saved, or given a chance, not saved, but given a chance because someone matched and had a chance to donate. So it's incredibly, and they want us to keep doing it. So please check that out. That's on our website. You can get a link right there. Remember, we're always here for you. This time of year can be dark. Don't let it be. And if it is, don't be afraid to reach out. I tell everybody every week, my phone number is readily available. Matter of fact, I'm changing the website over the next few days, and the main number will be mine. Please don't blow me up unless you need me. But we had a phone number on there, and we honestly the phone didn't work half the time. It died. it was one of those. I don't know how yours survived, Jim, but mine got updated and died. But it wouldn't hold charge for 30 minutes. I tried to make it the Punk Rock Saves Lives instead of turning it in, and it honestly wouldn't hold a charge 30 minutes. So so I'm just going to switch it over to forward it to mine. I really want to thank our guys in Counterpunch. These guys mean a lot to me. I hope they mean a lot to you. Buy the new album. They've been part of my punk rock experience for the last 12 years. We've been lucky to be good friends as well as enjoy the band, tour together, and do a lot of good. They've always backed everything we've done in a philanthropy type situation. And I'm sure that's going to continue forward. But these guys deserve you to listen to their music. So please take that minute, take that 30 minutes. How long's the album? So
the one song that's out now is like 2 minutes and 23 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, I did the math. If you listen to it for 24 hours straight, that's like 728 plays. That's awesome.
There you go. And that will earn them a tenth of a penny.
Exactly. That we split 4 ways.
Just a teaser. The new album's coming out next year, so get hype.
And an acoustic album.
And another one, yeah.
Look at that. So lots of music being made during this time. Not to plug the Dead Horse, but we did put the Polos on our website for $15 through Sunday. And if I get them in the mail Monday morning on priority, you possibly can have them by Christmas. I can't guarantee that because you don't know how the mail order is doing. But please check that out. We're just kind of blowing them out and giving you a cool Christmas present. They would have done great when people could have held them in their hand on the road and everything, but they've just kind of sat here because you can't look at them and see them. But check those out. You can get some cool presents on our website and help us continue our mission to move forward and grow. We want to be there. We want to do cool things going forward. And I'm hoping Counterpunch is part of that. We love you. I close every week. Oh, just kind of a show of likes if you get a chance. If we could make the jacket I'm wearing, this one is a North Face. Somebody, when we founded the charity, somebody made 6 of these. There's only 6 of them in existence. But we found a company that makes a really rad kind of version of this.
That's really nice.
That's not the North Face name. It's really, and we can probably get them out there for $60-$70 with the logo done kind of big like that. If you get a chance, check it out and see if you would order one. Let me know because I'm debating do it. It's a little more expensive than our normal stuff, but we want to make some cool stuff, and I love it.
That's fucking sweet.
So check it out. But we want you all. We won't see you again. Wait. Do we have one next week for Christmas? It feels really closer to Christmas than it is, but we might.
Christmas Eve is Thursday, so
we could have one Wednesday. We'll let you know. We might take another week off and let everybody enjoy themselves, or we could have a Christmas special. We could if we could figure out someone to play a couple of Christmas carols in a Rudolph nose, Eric.
Oh, my camera just stopped working.
See, that's why I love Counterpunch. They actually
Nailed it.
Not only are they a rad band, but they have a lot of fun doing it. They enjoy life. That's the PMA, I think.
Well, we get one, man.
Life is made to be enjoyed.
Man.
Mackenzie, Dan, you have anything in closing this week, or you good?
I think that's it. You covered it. I was going to make sure we talked about our polos that are phenomenal, guys. They really do feel good. Pick those up because $15 is an insane price. As I'm sure you've noticed, they were not $15 before this. So that code is polos, and we're doing it through Sunday.
Do y'all still have the flannels?
In flannel on men, they're small and
it's not going to work for me.
No, small and extra large. Maybe there's only 2 sizes left in the men's flannel, and then in women's flannel, there's only 2 sizes left. I think medium and XL, I think. So the women's were on sale for $15. So if either of those size, they're still on sale, so grab them. Use code. What I do for that one?
LM gift.
LM gift. Last minute gift.
LMGIFT.
LM gift. And we'll send it. Hey, is Jason DeVore's dad on? Are you here? Are you here, Mr. Hunsucker? I didn't see him, but our brother from Authority Zero's dad. That's rad.
Nice.
Hello.
He's an amazing photographer. If you've seen the Authority Zero book of photos, he took all of those. It's really, really cool. So, but yes, we're all chunk. But remember, guys, we're out here. If you need to reach out, we will do anything we can for you. We're not health professionals, but we can get you to the right people. We can be that first step to help you. Don't do anything drastic. Reach out to us. We're here for you. We love you. I say this.
And we lost him.
Right on.
He actually froze.
Eric,
We love
yours was
you.
so good that fooled me. I thought he was joking. Yeah.
Is he
That was
moving
great.
now? There he
He's
is.
back. Yeah.
We're back. One love. Up the punks. Good night. We love you.
Love you guys.
I
Love you
froze
guys.
when you were saying good night.
Holiday. Listen to our new song.